G'day, I'm Tommy from Bushman. Today I'm going to show you how to check the alignment and reset the door seals on your Bushman DC-L series fridge. If you're getting really fast ice build-up in either the fridge or the freezer, it's possible that your doors are out of alignment or the rubber door seals may have moved while the caravan was underway and they may need to be reset with a heat gun. The first thing I do to check the alignment is open the fridge door and just make sure that the fridge door closes freely without any resistance. This one's pretty much perfect. If you find that the door gets a little bit stuck and you need to give it a good shove in the last couple of inches, what's probably happening is the bottom of the fridge door is rubbing on the bottom of the fridge cabinet. If that's happening, then it definitely needs to be realigned. It's the same with your freezer door. Just check that it closes freely without rubbing. Again, this one's perfect. If you find you need to give it a good shove, especially in the last couple of inches, then the door will be out of alignment. So in order to adjust the alignment of your door, you loosen the two middle hinge screws about half a turn each, just enough so that you've got a little bit of play in the hinge. You can loosen your bottom two hinge screws also about half a turn, and then just twist your fridge door. So you're lifting the open edge slightly up. Get that into a slightly upward position, tighten them back up again, and then just recheck that the door's closing freely. And you can do the same with the freezer door. Once you've got both those doors in a position where they do open and close freely without any resistance, just tighten your hinges back up, and then we'll move on to resetting the rubber seals with a heat gun. One way to check the rubber door seals is using a torch. So I'd put the torch inside the freezer, just sort of shine it forwards. With the door closed, just have a visual look all the way around. Sometimes you can see just here, for example, I can see a tiny slither of light coming through the corner. It's only about 1 millimeter wide, but that's enough for moisture and air to get into the freezer. And you'll find if we leave it like that, the freezer's going to get really icy really quick. So we'll have to heat that little bit up with a heat gun. I'll show you how to do that now. First thing you do is you just pick a side. So I'm going to start on the freezer door about halfway down. You want to have your heat gun on about medium heat, and then you just gently work up and down over about a 20 centimeter length of the seal until it warms up. As it warms, you'll see it move and it'll suck onto the fridge cabinet because there's a magnetic strip which runs the whole way through that rubber seal. And then you just gently work your way down the door to the corner, and then you can open the fridge door to get underneath the bottom of the freezer, up the other side and across the top of the freezer door. Once you've done that, you leave the door closed for about 10 minutes so the seal can cool in that position. So I've gently warmed that section of rubber up with this heat gun, and you can see in the video that the little slither of gap there closed. It took 10 or 20 seconds to close, but I was just very gentle with applying the heat, making sure to keep the heat gun at least sort of 20 centimeters away on a medium setting. If I'd gone too close or too hard with the heat gun, I would have run the risk of melting that rubber seal. I would also go around the whole freezer door and do the same thing. Even if I can't see a slither of light coming out, I would just go along and gently heat the rubber door seal up the whole way around the freezer door. Leave the door closed for about 10 minutes to cool in that position, and that way I know I've got a perfect seal. Once I've done the freezer door, I would then do the same process with the fridge door. In order to access the fridge door, if you open the freezer door, I can get access to the top of the fridge door. And to get to the bottom of the fridge door, I just tilt the fridge back so I can get the bottom side. I hope you found that video helpful. If you have any queries, please get in touch with us anytime. We are always happy to help.